Yeah. So guys, here I said very clearly in agile model is nothing but it's a way of working or it's a culture where we were doing continuous iteration of your development, okay, and your testing. So you can see clearly here there will be a continuously development and there will be a continuously testing, okay. So there is nothing for continuous deployment, okay. So these people are doing continuous testing and these people are doing continuous development also, correct? But you do you think for who is this continuous delivery guys? These are the ops guys, right? So for them there is nothing, okay, there is no tool available, okay. So who is suffering here? So in agile way of working is very good. Only I said very clearly while my statement of definition of agile is a way of working or it's a culture, okay, that promotes continuous iteration of the development and testing, not operations, throughout the software development life cycle of a project. So there won't be anything for these ops guys, they are still suffering. So suppose these guys are doing, okay, continuous development, right? These guys are doing continuously testing. So now everyone is fine, okay, now we are able to somewhere some gap they are able to fill up for whatever the time earlier consuming or how much effort it was consuming. But ultimate thing when it comes to the ops guys, okay, still ops guys is if they will face any issue or error something, then what they'll do, then again send it back to the testing team or testing team will be sending back to the development team, okay. So the biggest or you can say biggest both the development and testing activities are concurrent, unlike waterfall model. But the problem with this particular, the main biggest drawback you can say with this agile model is there is no tool available for this ops guys. Understanding or not guys? So you know, as for cd, okay, for the developers they have automation tool, correct? They can automate by using different kind of a tools are there. For ct means testing, for different tools will be there, right? So like this selenium tool will be there or different automation tool will be available, okay. So what they can do is they can do automation, right, together, correct? They can reduce their work
Yeah.
also, they can automate. So this particular term is called cdct, continuously development and continuously testing. But is there anything for this particular guy, for these people? No, right? For these people nothing is there, right? For these people what tools is there? They are still doing with same, like earlier in virtualization what we were doing on premises, right? We were getting the server, each and every server we need to install the os. On top of your os, what they are doing is they are installing that particular server like tomcat server, and then on top of that they are doing the application installation. So there is no automation for these operations guys, whether it's a network guy, whether it's a storage team, whether it's a linux team, okay. So system integration team will be there, so there will be no automation. Or on premises also they need to connect to all hardware first. They'll check the chassis, in the chassis blade servers will be there. In that blade server physical servers will be there, right? So nowadays you see cloud, right? Cloud there simply you can in a click you will create so many instances. So that is cloud itself. ec2 is what? It's a service only, right? Correct, sumit, pavan?
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
So what exactly is happening if you are
Yes.
if you are clicking a button in
Yeah.
aws instance ec2? So it's somewhere background process, some scripts will be running, right? Then only it's suddenly creating those instances, right? So yeah, some automation will be there behind this one. So for these guys nothing was there, okay. So for these guys aws has introduces something in 2000.
Your voice is breaking, Abhishek.
Am I audible now? Hello guys, are you able
Yes.
to hear me? Okay, so connection got interrupted.
Yes.
No issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ultimate thing is what was the biggest drawback with that one? So we have set of tools for that particular agile model only for the development team and testing team. So ultimately, who is suffering? So your particular operation team is suffering into this one. Okay. So guys, again, I need to draw this diagram because I'll short it out from the next session. This kind of issues. So we should not do. There's so much of connectivity issue. Agile model. In this comes in 2000. Okay, remember 2000 only. Okay. And this one, this one, this one. Okay. Okay. And for these two, okay, automation is there in place. Okay, you can automate. Okay, so different tools will be there for this, and this term also called CDCT. Okay, so you'll get so many tools are available for, but for these guys, okay, there is nothing. So earlier what we do is if you want to monitor a application, so manually you need to monitor. There is no tool, something called CloudWatch, Nagios. These tools are different monitoring tools. Monitoring is the biggest headache earlier. It was right, guys. Pawan, Sumit. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So nowadays you are hearing so many tools. Kibana is there, Grafana is there, right? These kind of tools are there. What all those tools are there? Those tools are nothing but those are monitoring tool. Okay. For the deployment also, that's what I said. If you want to deploy a particular application, you need to do manually. Means you need to log into the server, physical server, right? On top of that, you need to deploy all the things. Now you have Ansible in place. Now you have different tools are in place, which we are going to understand. So CI, continuous integration, means all these things, whether it's a development, whether it's a testing, or your application has to deploy. So this all, if you want to means collaborate together, then you need to have some tool. Okay, so that is your integration tool comes into the picture. So for these guys there were nothing, but in 2016, in 2016 AWS introduces all these things. AWS, it's not like that DevOps has introduces in a single day. No, DevOps concept came very long back ago. So DevOps came into 2009 only, and the father of DevOps, I'll tell you, one person was there called Patrick Davis. Okay, Patrick Davis. It came into 2009 only. This concept, and this person name is Patrick Davis. Nobody knows about these things. Okay, so Patrick Davis was the person who introduces something called DevOps culture. So in the previous session I have explained you so much about the DevOps culture, what exactly DevOps is, right guys? So what this particular, but yeah, still there was no tool to merge all these things together and to sort it out these guys issues, these operations team issues, whether it's a Linux team, server team, okay, whether it's a networking team, storage team, or whether it's a Windows team also. Okay, so different teams will be there. So what this particular AWS, Amazon Web Services, has done, they merge all these different tools together. Okay, and they, what he does is they automated, means how they have automated is these things and these things. Okay, they have done the automation, correct? And this automation is your DevOps. So how they have done this automation with the different set of tools will be there. So today you are hearing Azure DevOps, right, Sumit? You are hearing AWS DevOps, right? So yeah, so those are the different set of tools will be there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so those are the different set of tools will be there, and these tools are calling it as a, I'll tell you in a single shot, you can say it like your first one is your CD, okay, second one is your CT, okay, third one is your CI, okay, fourth one is your CD, okay, and then your CM. What is these all terms are there? Means you have continuous development tool in place, you have continuous testing tools in place, you have continuous integration tool in place, you have continuous deployment team tools in place, and you have continuous monitoring tools in place. So all these things you'll be getting at a single place, which is introduced by the AWS only already in 2016. But nowadays, or you can say nowadays, you are hearing what is that? Docker Swarm, Kubernetes, Ansible, right? Jenkins was there already. Okay, and GitHub is there, right? So what normally does a guy, like a guy who is doing the development, right? Their code has to store somewhere. If they want to do any modifications, okay, they'll store in GitHub. So if any modifications happen, so that will be notified to the testing team as well. So how that entire thing is taking care by, so that entire thing is merged or collaborated by your integration tool, all these tools together. Okay, Sumit, are you able to understand, or
Yes. Yes, Abhishek. I'm understanding.
Pavan?
Yes.
So in AWS, there is monitoring tool called CloudWatch. Okay, in AWS. But if you go outside, you heard about Nagios, you have heard about Kibana, you have heard about Grafana, right? So these are the different monitoring tool also came into picture. So some of them are Prometheus also. Okay, you have might have heard about, this is a new term, I'll tell you, Prometheus. Okay. So they are telling. So these are the performance monitoring tool. They will monitor your resource utilization. So it's not only stick with the AWS. So individual organizations will be there, and they are developing their own monitoring tool. So ultimate goal is your what? You need to automate the things. Whatever you were doing earlier manual, you need to automate. That is called DevOps. So it's a culture only. So what we are doing, we are integrating this monitoring tool with the
Abhishek,
deployment.
we are not able to hear you.
Yeah, I'm, and now you are able to hear me. Hello.
Yeah, sometimes yeah, in between your voice was not audible.
Okay, okay, fine. So today I'm facing so much of network issue. So don't worry. From the next time, I'll rectify these things. Okay, from Monday onward. So as of now, you understand. Means these monitoring tools are there. So now the continued deployment. Okay, so Ansible is one of that deployment tool, or you can say Jenkins also will the deployment. Okay, so you can do the deployment with your Jenkins also, to your Docker. Okay, to your Kubernetes. Okay, CI, continuous integration tool, is there. That is your Jenkins on. Okay, so there is something called, instead of Jenkins, there is one more tool. I am just forgetting the tool name. Okay, so continuous, guys, if you have any idea about this, you have heard about Gradle.
No,
Okay, Pavan, Gradle. So normally Jenkins works only in Java. Okay, Jenkins is a Java build app tool. Okay, it's completely built on Java. But Gradle is built in your .NET. Okay, or you have heard about, might be you have heard about this Ant and all, guys. Any idea? Maven, Ant,
Abhishek.
Gradle. Okay, so these are the build tools. Okay, so these are the build. Maven, you know, right? So Jenkins come with the Maven only. Okay, so Maven is a Java based tool only. Okay, but Ant, or no, Gradle is your .NET, and Ant, I don't know what language is it uses. Okay, So that I'll tell you if you want to know more about that. So yeah, different set of tools will be there. So the idea behind this one is you need to automate the things. That's it. Automation should be there. You should not do no more manual task will be there. So if you put all these things together, then it will be a DevOps. That's what the DevOps. It's a culture only. Again. So guys, it's clear for you now. Sumit, Pavan.
Yeah, got it.
Yes, Abhishek, it's clear.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Abhishek, it's clear.
yeah. So guys, I'm stopping the session here only.